What is going on, everyone? Thank you all for once again supporting and watching this video. The Fed has made a decision to cut rates. Let's talk about it and what will happen for Bitcoin in the future. As always, starting off by looking at the chart, we can see that we actually, after hitting this level right here below at 58.2k, we had a pretty nice little bounce off of the news that the Fed would cut the rates by 50% most likely instead of 25%. So yeah, right now the Fed just made their decision. We can see that the Fed actually here, they cut the rates by 50% basis points, which is the most positive outcome because it was either 50 or 25%, and 50% is more bullish because the lower the higher the Fed cuts the rates, the lower the rate gets, and that is more bullish for the markets. Why is it more bullish? Well, what typically happens when let's look at this chart. So what typically happens when the Fed announces a rate hike is when price of assets go down, because people are more incentivized to either save their money than to put their money into stocks that is more risky. The returns are lower. So yeah, if you look at this chart, we can see it very clear that once the last time the Fed started cutting rates was here in 2021, and you see that basically sparked a massive uptrend for Bitcoin right here. And then basically at the top, the Fed announced that they were going to start increasing rates right here in 2022. So what happened was that Bitcoin and also the stock market went down a lot when the Fed was increasing rates. But right now we can see that Bitcoin still, with the high rates, have recovered to this price. So we can actually expect that this is right now a ground bottom level, and once the Fed start cutting, the Bitcoin price would go higher, even out of this little graph right here. So yeah, that's very good looking for Bitcoin. Look, we're having massive volatility right now. This is insane. We went from like I started this video at 60.2k, so let's see where this is gonna take us. It's only been announced for like 15 minutes, so maybe we go hit 63.8k still this day. We'll see about that. But yeah, then looking at this is very interesting as well. If you can look at this, this is actually a invert or a head and shoulder pattern forming on the Bitcoin price, but it's an inverse chart. So looking at the head right here is at 16k, is like the bottom for Bitcoin, and we have the second shoulder being made right now with this little pump, and the breakout target is at 230k. So this is a Bitcoin price chart that is flipped upside, which suggests around 230k, which I already talked about in other videos. We had a similar pattern like the cup and handle pattern if you watch the other video, which has also had a breakout target of around 140, 150k. This is suggesting even more towards 230k. Very bullish right now. I think the Q4 is like the most bullish time to be invested in Bitcoin and stocks, because usually Q4 means the most return on your investments. So looking at the CoinGlass quarterly returns for Bitcoin, we can see that right now Q3 is at about 5.7%. So we are currently right at about the average. But if we look at Q4, the months ahead, so October, November, December, we can see that the average is around almost 90% gain in the positive, which is, if this is gonna happen and we see about like 50 to 80 to 90% gains for Bitcoin in the next quarter, that means altcoins are most likely gonna skyrocket, and the Bitcoin as well, of course. But this might be the quarter where we finally see a massive altcoin season, and that's why I'm still scaling in more altcoins. Currently I'm not I don't really have the funds to buy or accumulate more altcoins than I already have, but I can assure you that I'm currently holding 90% of my portfolio into altcoins, like 10% Bitcoin. So yeah, even though I'm very bullish on Bitcoin, I'm taking a gamble and buying with, or like having a big percentage of my portfolio being in altcoins. Looking at altcoins while talking about it, if we go to the crypto bubbles, we can see that right now Bitcoin if we take back the Bitcoin chart, is having this nice, really, or nice small little pump after the FOMC meeting. We see altcoins, they are now picking up some pace. Most of the altcoins were red today, they were all down, but right now you can see that some of them are even starting to become 10% gainers for the day. So let's see where this is gonna take us, guys. I think this is the time we will see some more bullish momentum for Bitcoin, and maybe we eventually break this resistance line, which we have been hitting like 8 times already. So hopefully we can break this soon, and then the second phase of the bull run will start, and we will see like a 200k top for Bitcoin, something like that. So hopefully I see you guys in the next video on Sunday, and for now, peace.